clickety clack, along main lines, rickety track.
She whispers softly in my ear,
just to say your last name.
Just find a place to make the scent to get easy.
that's just the way it is. Sit down, see when things can only get better.
Yet the same in so many ways.
I no recollection of the last time I came here.
But if we get much closer, I could lose control. And if your heart surrenders, you'll need me to hold.
I wouldn't be myself without you. Take a piece, take a picture of me. I don't care what happens, see, 'cause I know I'm happy.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome once again to Can Do Arts for Sustainable Development, open mic for open minds in association with the Rivo Lounge. My name is Brian Reid, and this is episode 56. So it feels weird to say that we're well into our second year, because it marks the complete arc of the lockdown that we've been through. And so here we are. It's mid-May or end of well, no, mid-May. What am I talking about? It's near the end of April. America's in tenterhooks because even though the recurring nightmare reality of Donald Trump as president has receded into the background and is unlikely to be repeated, we don't know which next Hottentot twat is going to rise from the ashes of MAGA to help make America not so great anymore, some more. And right now, at this moment in time, the thing that's gripping America, or I think it's gripping America, it's gripping the news cycle, is the ongoing trial and the deliberations of the jury in the George Ford murder case with Derek Chauvin, the Minnesota, is it Minneapolis? Probably should have done my homework. Policeman who knelt on his neck for 9 minutes is waiting to find out whether he's going to get convicted of first, second, or third degree murder. And the whole country is poised like a thatched roof in a red hot summer, and it only needs one spark and poof, up it goes. I don't know about you, but I find that prospect pretty scary, if only because it serves to demonstrate yet again that life is cheap in America. Black lives are especially cheap in America, and that will continue to be so. So I find it the most tasteless of ironies that the country that proclaims itself to be the repository of the greatest freedoms of mankind and what have you, a very cursory examination of that country's history, and I'm talking about the USA, shows that all men are created equal according to the Constitution. All right, but the only word that's missing from that is white. And that's as plainly as I can put it, that the idea of freedom in America is a lie. Because we can see the evidence of that. All right, there are winners and there are losers in life. But when the system is stacked against you from the start, then you can only ever be a loser. And even if you win, somebody will call you a loser. Somebody will treat you like a loser until you bring your facilities and connections to bear. So if you're some poor schmuck walking down the street that a cop takes a dislike to, okay, then you're toast, and it's that simple. And if you've got money, lawyers, okay, then you can crook away to your heart's content. All right, because that's how the system works. And if I sound cynical, it's because I am. Meanwhile, of course, in this country, we are consumed by the only thing that really excites any serious passion in this country anymore? Football. Now, I have to declare an interest because I'm a lifelong Man United fan. So I'm well used to all the barbs and what have you that go with the tribalist hatred that football encourages. And I've said before, and I'll say again, that one of the things I found pleasing about the lockdown is the fact that football is no longer a partisan, let's find 50,000 people, right, who can hate as much as they want on a Saturday afternoon and get away with it. And certainly that invective and that sort of ill will that seems to accompany football at almost every level is being played out in front of our eyes while everybody starts talking about European Super League, okay, which is either a very good negotiating tactic that gets the attention, B, a proper assault on the values of the game, in which promotion and relegation are intrinsic to our enjoyment, because sport without anything at stake is not sport, it's a pastime. All right, and when people stop caring about the result, all right, then hey, they're no longer fans, or they're just jaded beyond. And this is also like the start of a Americanization of the sporting landscape in Europe and beyond, where the franchise system, which means that it doesn't matter how rubbish you are, you will still be in the NFL every year. You'll still be in the MSL, all right, or the MLS. I think it's Major League Soccer, isn't it? Or you'll still be in the NHL, all right, or the NBA. And the point is that doesn't make the skill of the participants any more outstanding or less enjoyable. It just means that the ultimate stake of competition, which is promotion, relegation, all right, you've got to be good enough. That pot of gold at the end of a rainbow called the Premier League, or promotion to the Premier League, or entry into Europe, or whatever, is no longer the product of the hard work and diligence of footballers and managers and coaches, all right, and fans who support, okay, and directors who direct, and scouts who scout, all right. But it's actually all about historical precedents. It's all about who are the big six teams in the country. Is it any surprise that Manchester United, Man City, Liverpool, Arsenal, Tottenham and Chelsea, all right, I mean, they're the cherry picks, aren't they? All right, and so the Premier League without those six teams becomes a glorified championship, or so they would have us believe. But I can tell you right now that I won't be watching any European Super Leagues where the same teams are going to play each other every week, all right, and nobody's going to give a toss about the result. All right, so I mean, if you feel that way, why would you look at anything like that? Okay, it's basically like watching two old heavyweights beat each other up for the 15th time just because somebody will pay pay-per-view. Well, I'm not paying it, okay, and you do what you want to do, okay? I can only vote with my feet, so I say, if I want some football, okay, that's not, there's something that I actually care about the result, I'll go and watch Chippenham Town, okay? At a real stretch, I might go and see Swindon Town, okay? Although every time I've been to Swindon, it's been fantastically depressing, and not just because of the football. So let's just like sort of leave it there, and let's just say, you know, America's on tenterhooks waiting for an explosion, which I hope never comes. All right, but either way, whichever way this trial goes, there's going to be some serious reaction and overreaction, as is the way. And as far as the football concerned, you know, it's just like big money goes to big money. You know, they say if you want to make a small fortune in football, you need to start with a big one. Well, you know, all those people who bought Man United and the Glazers who've used Manchester United specifically as the world's biggest ATM for the last 10 years or whatever it is that they've owned United. We've seen the drive towards foreign ownership, where mega billionaires, it's all about the balance sheet. It's all about the money. Where's the passion? Where's the love of the sport? It couldn't be further away from, the pictures of Lowry, match day, and all of the other wonderful evocations of, where footballers were working class heroes. They may be working class heroes now, but actually now they're working class movie stars, where they're preened and looked after within an inch of their lives and everything taken care of. But of course that kind of money and the pressure and exposure has a downside, has the fact that, people who you never know and who you will never know will hate you with a passion which is hard to describe. And I'm really trying not to hate anybody, okay, because it's bad for me, right? So thanks for all the fun football, but I'm going to concentrate on rugby union, right? Which I should have done a long time ago. Anyway, enough of my, I don't mean to belittle the situation in America by juxtaposing it with the slightly less salubrious news about football in this country. But the truth is, it's important. It enters and it's part of the fabric of our society. And so ignoring that is just like staring in the face of reality and denying, what you know to be true. It's a big deal. But a bigger deal for me right now is seeing what amazing artists we've got available this week, all right, to put on a show for us. And so I really hope you're tuning in. I hope you're enjoying it. I hope you're getting ready to send in your own contribution at some point. So until then, I'll see you later. Let's take this open mic away, folks.
Well, you only need the light when it's burning low. Only miss the sun when it starts to snow. Only know you love her when you let her go. Only know you've been high when you're feeling low. Only hate the road when you're missing home. Only know you love her when you let her go. And you let her go. Out upon me glass, hoping one day you make a dream last. But dreams come slow and they go so fast. You see her when you close your eyes. Maybe one day you'll understand why everything you touch surely dies. But you only need the light when it's burning low. Only miss the sun when it starts to snow. Only know you love her when you let her go. Only know you've been high when you're feeling low. Only hate the road when you're missing home. Only know you love her when you let her go. Staring at the scene in the dark, same old empty feeling in your heart. Cause love comes slow and it goes so fast. I see you when you fall asleep, never to touch and never to keep. Cause you loved it too much and dived in too deep. Well, you only need the light when it's burning low. Only miss the sun when it starts to snow. Only know you love her when you let her go. you let her go. And you let her go. Well, you only need the light when it's burning low. Only miss the sun when it starts to snow. Only know you love her when you let her go. Only know you've been high when you're feeling low. Only hate the road when you miss it, no. Only know you love her when you let her go. 'Cause you only need the light when it's burning low. Only miss the sun when it starts to snow. Only know you love her when you let her go. Only know you've been high when you're feeling low. Only hate the road when you're missing, no. Only know you love her when you let her go. And you let her go.
When you try your best but you don't succeed. When you get what you want but not what you need. When you feel so tired but you can't sleep. Stuck in rivers. And the tears come streaming down your face. When you lose something you can't replace. When you love someone but it goes to waste. Could it be worse? Lights will guide you home and ignite your bones, and I will try to fix you. And high up above or down below. When you're too in love to let it go. But if you never try, you'll never know just what you're worth. Lights will guide you home and ignite your bones, and I will try to fix you. Tears stream down your face when you lose something you can know. down your face and tears stream down your face. I promise you I will learn from my mistakes. Tears stream down your face and lights will guide you home and ignite your bones, and I will try to fix you.
In Monkton Park again, the butterflies will come again, where dreams are made for breaking and mending with your friends. Different birds will find the trees, and some will stay and some will leave. Some will come back here to see from Junction 17. And where will we go today, and what is left for me to say? The Chippenham streets are teeming with its children still at play. And what's with all the trees, you say, and what's this summer breeze in May? I'm only meant to be while the butterflies still dream of me. Sitting in the Buttercross, searching for what I forgot, a place beneath the flower pots, somewhere to get lost. Different people come to play, and some will leave and some will stay. And now I start to feel I'm dreaming as my eyes awake. Where will we go today, and what is left for me to say? The Chippenham streets are teeming with its children still at play. What's with all the trees, you say, and what's this summer breeze in May? I'm only meant to be while the butterflies still dream of me.
Paddy, I'm called Peckerdon. Me cry it is all for all, one for one. I walk the roads, but I never run. I'm the last of the travelling people. With me banjo, me fiddle, a yarn or a song, I'll sing to all people who do me no wrong. But if others despise me, I'll just move along, and know I'll find friends in the morning. Money is money and friends, they are friends. Drinking with them is where all money ends. It's not on the money, it's on them I depend. When times and the guards are against me. From Belfast to Wexford, from Clare to Tralee, a town with a pub is a living for me. Now I don't have a home, but by God I am free. I'm the last of the travelling people. Oh, the road isn't easy, but it's what I choose. I'm not always a winner, but I'll never lose. I've the pride of me race, I'm the last of the few. And I live like my father taught me. Now I'm on the road again, travelling still. Come summer and winter, keep travelling I will. The road it is long and I know it will kill the last of the travelling people.
How have you lived your whole life in your streets and never known me? How long did you think you'd avoid me? What made you think you're exempt? I've been here as long as people have called out for help. Not like those mealy-mouthed preachers, those simpering radicals. I'm older than this place. I'm in the spirit of the beechwoods, in your phone, in your hedgerows and the lampposts. I'm in freshwater springs and down in the tube stations among the ancient yews and the corner shops. I'm on grazing land and in the multiplex and in the unruly land of real life, the animal life, of the old religions and the new, and of a time long before religion. Are you feeling too hot? Is it all too much? Did you hope for something else?
The bee was trapped, like bees get, frantic, buzzing sad, not knowing it was a window, thinking it was air, like we do when trapped, all effort rebutted, like it is sometimes, until swept up in a plastic cup and released, flying away free, buzzing happy, like we imagine.
Well, I think it's fun building jumbo planes, taking a ride on a cosmic train, switch on summer from a slot machine. Get what you want if you want to, 'cause you can get anything. No, we've come a long way. We're changing day to day. Tell me, where do the children play? Well, you roll on roads over fresh green grass with your lorry load, pumping petrol gas, and you make them long, and you make them tough, but they just go on and on, till it seems that you just can't get off. No, we've come a long way, changing day to day. Tell me, where do the children play? Well, you crack the sky, scrapers fill the air. Well, you just keep building higher till there's no more room up there. Will you make us laugh? Will you make us cry? Will you tell us when to live? Will you tell us when to die? No, we've come a long way, changing day to day. Tell me, where do the children play? Where do the children, where do the children play? Where do the children play?
Hello, my name is Jules Webb, and I'm the editor of these Open Mics in the Shop podcast. Instead of doing a poem this week, I thought I'd do a reading of one of my favourite science fiction novels, War of the Worlds by H.G. Wells. This is Chapter 1, The Eve of the War. No one would have believed in the last years of the 19th century that human affairs were being watched keenly and closely by intelligences greater than man's and yet as mortal as his own. That as men busied themselves around their affairs, they were scrutinised and studied, perhaps almost as narrowly as a man with a microscope might scrutinise the transient creatures that swarm and multiply in a drop of water. With infinite complacency, men went to and fro over this globe about their little affairs, serene in their assurance of their empire over matter. It is possible that the infusoria under the microscope do the same. No one gave a thought to the older worlds of space as sources of human danger, or thought of them only to dismiss the idea of life upon them as impossible or improbable. It's curious to recall some of those mental habits of those departed days. At most, terrestrial men fancied there might be other men on Mars, perhaps inferior to themselves, and ready to welcome a missionary enterprise. Yet, across the gulf of space, minds that are to our minds as ours are those to the beasts that perish, intellects vast and cool and unsympathetic, regarded this earth with envious eyes, and, slowly and surely, drew their plans against us, and early into the 20th century came the Great Disillusionment.
Hey, so if you've stuck with us, all right, you'll know that we've come in now close to the end of the programme. And before I pass you on to my good man, Mr. Ed Deedigan, I just want to say thank you for supporting us. Thank you for watching us, for being part of it, for sharing. And if you would like to add your voice to our chorus of talent, then you can send your contributions to openmic@cando-arts.com. All right, and we will add you in. Join the family, join the rush. Okay, but right now, I want to give you to my good friend Ed. All right, and enjoy the rest of your evening. Bye bye.
There are places I remember all my life, though some have changed, some forever, not for better. Some have gone and some remain. All these places had their moments with lovers and friends I still can recall. Some are dead and some are living. In my life, I love you more. But of all these friends and lovers, there is no one compares to you. All my memories lose their meaning when I think of love as something new. Though I know I'll never lose affection for people and things that have gone before. I know I'll often stop and think about them. In my life, I love you more. In my life, in my life, in my life, I love you more. Especially for my beautiful children, I love you. It's also to celebrate this beautiful day and 1 week of the shop being open, the SHOP. It's really quite an extraordinary space with lovely interactions, interface with all manner of good people. Been really positive. Thank you everyone that's supported us so far, and hope to invite you all to come in, have a look around and share some ideas. But we've got some good things going, real good thing going, for as long as it lasts, because these things are transitory, just like our lives. That's why we have to look after each other. That's like we kind of have to collaborate and celebrate and embrace the new way, beyond all the old things that don't work. We can't destroy our habitat, we can't destroy our biodiversity, we can't destroy each other, but the planet will survive without us. So if we want to live within its rules of nature, we have to remember we're a part of nature, not apart from it. So, no more wigs, bruv. No more wigs. Just open hearts. Remember, 21st of June, the unlock, reset in a positive, fair, and equitable way. Burning of the wig.